Did I ever tell you about when I worked at UPS? Dude, the fucking dude that would do coke in the van. Dude, the first time I met him, he was a goddamn legend. I love him.
That was on the podcast.
We did this in a really old episode.
I miss him so much. Man, I remember the first time I got in that van, he's like, hey, so he's like, what's your name again? He's like, my name is Cade Almaraz. He's like, cool. He's like, you speak Spanish? I was like, no. He's like, He's like, well, you are Spanish. I'm like, yeah, technically. I said, my dad's is darker than me. He's like, I get it. And he's like, he takes a moment. He's like, you smoke? I was like, it is what it is. I mean, it's like, at the time I was smoking cigarettes. I was like, I smoke cigarettes. He's like, no, you smoke. I was like, no. He's like, I was like, I don't have a problem with it though. He's like, really? He's like, great. And he takes out a dab pen. He just starts going. He's in the UPS truck. He's like, it's one thing that gets me going, one thing that gets me by through this. And I learned to love him because he was like, he had a rough life. He came from fucking a hard place. He was like, grew up in like Waukegan or Zion. He had like no money. And he was like, I had to join a gang because I was getting jumped all the time. And, I was just, trying to survive. He's like, this one time I got in a fight at Gurney Mills. Sure, those who don't know, Gurney Mills is like the mall to go to if you live in like this part of Kenosha. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, I got in a fight in Gurney Mills. I tackled a guy right into like a glass window and I ran. And he's like, he's like, we jumped him the week before because he jumped my cousin. And so when we jumped him, we put him in the hospital. I broke his leg. Me and my friend, we broke his leg, and I saw him again at Gurney Mills, and I said, fuck it, I'm not done. He put him through a glass window, and they ran, and they never got caught for it. But he was like, he was in a real rough spot in Chicago. He was like, he became a cokehead. He went to jail, all this shit. And he's like, I'm trying to finally get my life together. I'm away from all that. I got a girl. I got a kid. I got to like keep myself in line. I thought he was, he smoked weed. I didn't, some people got to smoke weed. It's not a big deal. And like we're in the van. I remember one day this guy in like Arizona got shot. This UPS guy got taken hostage and he got shot. And I remember that because the police killed him because it was crazy that he got killed in the line of fire. And the next day we went into this like eye doctor and this dude came up to us and he's like, I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you for your service. And I was so confused. And he was just like, he was really like taking it in. He was like, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. It's a shame what they did. I'm like, wait, are you guys talking? I was like, wait, are you guys talking about the UPS guy who died? And he's like, yeah, one of the boys in brown. And then we get to the truck. We go like a few stops. He's got a backpack in the back. And he's like, Cade, he's like, you got to understand. He's like, I ain't going out like that. Anyone tries to steal our shit, you just run. And he like takes out he goes into his backpack. He pulls out a whole, not a pistol. He pulls out like a 9mm rifle with a foldable stock. And he goes, if they come here, you run. I'll take care of it.
I love him. I would feel so good with him.
He's just riding around in the van with that?
Yeah, dude, he was ready to go. It was loaded. He was like, and he's like, you want to hold it? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to hold it. Dude, I was just like, dude, this is nice.
Meanwhile, you're delivering people's like fucking like iPhone chargers and like fucking cases.
He's just driving around and you're like playing around with the gun.
Yeah. The door's wide open. You're just aiming out the door. Like, yeah, you can really get some range on this thing.
Get some range.